Welcome. My name is Debbie and this is Pouring My Art Out for the Lord. And I'm just going to make a really quick video here to show you the new little by little cards that I have for April. Again, you can use them in any month. So I've numbered them, but I haven't dated them. So you can mix and match whatever works for you. If you just want to use 3 one month, or if you want to use one from that I gave you in January, one from February, one from April, however you want to mix and match them. You can do more than 4 if you want. Do what works for you. But I thought I would give you 4 more options for April. And so I've given you food, and I said eat more. It's easier to add something than to avoid something. Pick one general category of something you want to eat more of. So for example, greens, fish, beans, the list could be endless. You pick something that you think that you want to eat a little more of, and then aim to eat that food at least 3 days a week. And if you decide, you want to eat fish, but you want to start with once a week, that's totally fine too. I'm just, giving you suggestions here. Track on the calendar. So every time you eat that food, I've showed you these before. I use my little dot markers, but you can just circle it or X it or whatever you want to do. Make a list on the back of this card for a few ways you particularly enjoyed this food. And I think that's important too, because you'll come back to this in a couple of months and say, I got to eat more beans again. Well, how did I used to make them, or whatever? And you can just, either write a recipe, which there's probably not room for a lot of recipes, but, page number in this book, I tried it, or just eat beans with rice and guacamole. I like that, or whatever, those sorts of things. So there's the food one. And then, so here you write what you picked to eat more of. And here you just write down the total number of days that you achieved that, so that when you do this card again, you can try to beat your total. That's kind of what I do, is I look at what I did before and say, okay, I'm gonna, do at least one more this time, little by little, right? Fitness. So enjoy moving and stretching all day. I got some strange titles here. Eat more, move all day. And then I've got boxes here, morning, afternoon, and evening, and the calendar as usual. So I said down here, our bodies benefit by moving throughout the day. Think of something small you could do 3 times a day. It doesn't have to be the same thing 3 times a day. It could be. I just said, for example, stretching in the morning, walking in the afternoon, chair yoga in the evening. Whatever you want. You can do stretching. You can do walking, whatever you want. And then start making a habit by keeping the time commitment small, 5 to 10 minutes. So what we're doing here is, your body benefits just from like getting up and walking around a little bit, more frequently throughout the day. So if you take 5 or 10 minutes and do those 3 activities, it doesn't seem, it's like, oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, it's only 5 minutes, go and do it. And then you can build it up as your, I have a spelling mistake there, build up as your body starts to feel good. Because it will feel good. I've actually been doing this. My body is revolting from old age or something like that, and I'm just so stiff, and I've had a lot of joint pain and stuff. So I find that just 5 minutes of stretching or moving is helping. So build up as your body starts to feel good. So if it feels good, if you want to increase it to 15 minutes, increase it to 15 minutes, or do it twice in the morning, or whatever you want to do. If you already have a focused exercise time as well, keep it up. This is not sort of a replacement for that. If you've already got a habit of doing that, then that's a great thing to continue to do. But this is just adding in a little extra movement throughout your day. Finance. I think for Canada and the US, I'm not sure if you're from somewhere else, it may not be income tax season, but for us it's income tax season. And I said down here, do you dread income tax time? I do. Or another financial process that you need to do. Could be something different. Break down the task into 10 or more steps Use the back of the card if necessary, to continue that. Then tackle them one at a time and check them off when done. Seeing your progress will be the momentum you need to keep going. And I was thinking about this as I was waking up this morning. Like, I have to really get going on my income tax. And, it feels like an overwhelming task when you don't see the little steps. Like, one step could just be, gather the receipts that you have. Actually, that might be more than one. Maybe gather the medical receipts, gather the financial receipts. And then it could be, we have a farm, so my biggest thing is actually producing the farm reportings. So, I can do that and even break that up into more than one step so that it feels a little bit manageable. And then as you go, if you have like 7 or 8 or 10 steps and you check them off as you go, it's like, I'm getting there. Just 3 more steps and I'm kind of done. So we actually take our income tax to an accountant at this point. I used to do it myself, but now thankfully we use an accountant. It's so much easier for me. But there still is a lot of steps that I have to do to get it ready to go. So that is my to-do for finance for this month. And then fix, I was sitting in my office and looking out the window and thinking, this is kind of an ugly time of year where there's a lot of mud and, the green hasn't come out in the trees and stuff. Maybe it is where you are, but where I am, there's still snow on the ground. There's no new life in the trees and all that kind of stuff. And it's a time to kind of just look and see, it's more clear to see what is out there than when you're distracted by, and I love when the trees, start leafing out and the flowers and all that stuff. But there's some other things in my yard particularly. We're on a farm, so my yard is huge. But, every year we kind of think, okay, this year we're going to paint this, or this year we're going to, do this. So I said it's that time of year when you start to think about your space outdoors. Do you like what you see from your windows? Maybe your yard is beautiful. Maybe there's only a couple little tiny tweaks that you want to do. Maybe there's lots. Is there a project or 2 that you would like to tackle in your yard this year? Again, keep it simple. Don't say, there's like 100 things I need to do. 2. Pick 2. And pick 2 that you think that are manageable for you to do this year in this season of life. Write down 2 ideas and use the back of the card to add details. Then do it. And if you need to, if your idea is to get your lawn in shape, and to do that you want to hire somebody to come and do it for you, that's perfectly fine too. This doesn't mean that you have to physically do all of the work that is involved with it. But just think of a couple of things that you might want to do in your outside space. And then when you have your outside time, if you enjoy being outside in the spring and summer and fall, you can sit in a chair and just enjoy the view. You don't sit there and say, I wish, I should be doing this, which happens a lot to me. You can just sit and face your chair towards that project you just finished and just enjoy. So that's my 4 cards for this month. And I'm running a sale in my coffee shop from now until the end of March for 25% off everything. So I'll list these cards right now, and these cards will be included in that. So if you want to get them before the end of March, then you can save 25% on them. So thank you so much for watching. Blessings. And if you're still with me on this project, comment below, because I want to know if people are still following me on this. It helps encourage me and keep me going with this. So thanks, blessings, and we'll see you soon.